Like,
It is
I can't
so
believe we
funny.
didn't think of
picturing
that.
it getting stuck in a zipper or something. That's what it sounds like.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Video Game Club, episode 3. We are doing a slightly different episode. Well, moving forward, I guess. The past 4 episodes have all been over 4 hours, and that's a long time for us all to sit here, so we're going to shift things around a little bit. And so we're going to alternate between 1 week of, or 1 fortnight will be the book club discussion, and it'll just be book club. And then the other fortnight in the month will be the what we're playing, what we're looking forward to discussion. So hopefully that will keep things around 2 hours, which is much more palatable and makes my butt not hurt so much.
Really?
So with me this week is the wonderful Sean with a she.
Hello.
Lebelly Luffy.
Yo.
ShotgunMcpayne.
My feet look good.
They do look good.
Thank you.
Ribbit Rabbit. And then I am also here. Nobody wanted to say hi to me, so I had to do it myself.
Hi.
Our host. Co-host, my friend, my host.
Oh yeah, keep the compliments coming. That's what I was fishing for. All right,
The queen of queeze.
Queen
Queefs.
Queefs. I like that. I like that.
Queefs.
Okay, fine.
I didn't say what I said, but
You heard it.
Okay, well,
There's no other word that sounds like that.
no other made-up word that sounds like that.
Queef is medical, in my opinion.
okay. Moving on. So we are pushing Undertale, the last episode of Book Club, back to next fortnight when Artie can join us, and the other person, Avani. So this week we're just going to do the, what we've been playing, what we're looking forward to, that usual discussion. All right. So, Shoddy, why don't you take us away?
Yeah. Well, I've been playing some games. Let me go to the ones that we have. Well, let me go to the ones that I've been playing alone, and then we can go into the ones we have in common later. The one I want to talk about a bit, I finally got around to buying and playing, is Natsuman, kid of the 20th. It's 20. Well, let me pull it up. 20th Century Summer Kid. It's basically it's a game that is much tied to like just being a kid in the summer. I mean, obviously. And you go around. You start out. Your parents are in the circus, and you're rolling up to this brand new town and starting the circus, and kind of learning the ins and outs of this town, so you can kind of best serve the circus. And you kind of you go through like just normal kid stuff. Like it's just like kind of sets you off. You go collect bugs. You go fish. You go. It's really cute. There's a group of kids that are like this detective agency, and they're like, we want to find out what's going on in this town. And it reminds me of a lot of the things I really loved and endeared me to the characters in Kingdom Hearts, especially Kingdom Hearts 2. In the beginning, where it's just kids having fun for the summer, and just really trying to find just the whimsy and the imagination that runs rampant is so wonderful. The one thing I will say is like, if you're going into it with, it's a very repetitive gameplay cycle. Like it's like, okay, what are we? It doesn't really direct you in a lot of ways. It's like, climb these buildings. It has like a Breath of the Wild style like climbing system, and stamina. And each thing you do, each quest you complete, you gain a new star, a star sticker, which gives you more stamina. So like you want to do stuff more around the town, but it's just you're checking in with everybody during the day, making sure that like if anything new happens on in the town, you're figuring it out. There is like a point, I think it's in the morning, where they have like a group stretch for the town, and it's like on the radio. So everybody just gets in, and you're all like doing like little stretches, and like everyone kind of does it a little different sometimes. It just really, it's a cute, fun game that kind of reminds you of just those summer vibes of, okay, I don't know what to do today, and you just go out and try to figure out what that is, climb a tree, light some shrine lights, it's just it was a really fun game. Other than that, I haven't really spent too much time in a lot of things. Avani bought me this game Machina, which is kind of like a SteamWorld Dig type game, where you're just kind of digging tunnels, trying to get more resources. It's stop motion. It's made by the same people who made there's a game called Judo or Juto, and it's like it's in a very similar style, but it is very like it's stop motion animation. The gameplay does feel a little clunky at parts, but I think the gameplay loop is enough to where you can kind of zone out and be like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go dig this point, and then you get another like an upgrade with that, and it's real fun little time. I haven't spent too much time in it. And then the other one that I played a little bit of, not a whole lot, is Mafia: The Old Country. This one, I think my quick thoughts on it are, the story has gripped me, and it is incredible if you're looking for an old school Italian mobster story. It is here in spades. The gameplay is very on rails and very lackluster, I'd say. Like, I was doing some of the stealth, and some of the characters, like, they don't interact. So like none of them are gonna find each other, so you could just leave a body where it is. And it's just like stuff like that. It's just like, okay, well, like, you're not really going to this game for the gameplay, you're going to it for the story, and the story is really rich. I'm really endeared to the characters in the way of like kind of a la Breaking Bad, where like they're terrible people, but at the same time you can't help but root for them in a lot of ways, but you see them go down like the path of crime and all that. So those are my games that I've played this week, besides the ones that I think will be talked about. There's Luffy, are you gonna talk about Hypnagogia? Okay, I'll save it for when I'll save it for when Luffy does, because I really want to talk about that game.
Yeah, and then I think maybe we'll chat about the big one that's been entertaining some of us once we've done everyone's. So
yeah, the other ones I've played are Hypnagogia and Tunic, and then the big one. Yeah. I'll save that to kind of group discuss.
Yeah, it's so important to keep some suspense. So, you know, have the big one.
I'm in suspense because I don't know what the big one is.
Yeah. You'll have to stay for the whole thing. You'll have to listen. Let's listen in.
I think I know what it is, but I'm also out of the loop.
Yeah. So, Shoddy, I keep seeing Avani also playing Mafia. When you kind of like the way you kind of talked about it, is it like Red Dead Redemption in that it features? It's like a story about people who are not necessarily good people, but like it.
Yes,
like the morally grey protagonist.
It's not even close to as good as Red Dead Redemption. I think it is very much in line with the other. The best thing I can put is like it is in line with the other Mafia games, story wise. I think it's one of the weaker ones from what I've started, because like even three is one where like I think the gameplay like halts that game. The gameplay like truly halts that game, but that story is one of the best ones. Like it is just so diverse with what it's trying to say, rather than just the other two, which are great. They're wonderful, but they are very much mafia stories. Like you kind of know what to expect. So yeah, I think if you're just going in, it's from what I understand too, it's not super long either. It's like maybe 6 to 10 hours maybe. So it's not a long commitment, but you don't go into it for the gameplay. It is very much on a linear path.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played Red Dead Redemption yet. It's on my list to get to, but
it's so good.
I haven't played it because I know it's gonna crush me, mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
I've seen the end of
For
2,
sure.
so I know it's gonna destroy me.
The best way I
can
say, or the best advice I have for Red Dead Redemption is go at your own pace. Like truly, if there's something you want to do it. Like in the game, don't just mainline it, which is what I did. Just to like so I don't get spoiled in the story. But it's just such a beautiful and like gameplay rich game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of why I asked if Mafia was similar, because I know I'm gonna love Red Dead Redemption 2. So if Mafia was similar, I was like, oh well, maybe pop that on my list. But
yeah, I would think like even the story is like not even close to good. That's good. Like it's a good time. It's a really good time. Don't get me wrong, but Red Dead Redemption is on like another level.
Yeah.
With writing.
Okay. Noted. Shoddy, anything else you want to mention, or anyone got any questions they want to ask Shoddy?
Oh well, since Stefani's not here, let me take a second to acknowledge we played Bokura Planet, the second one that just came out in March of this year, I think. And I was kind of less happy with how that turned out. It kind of was. I mean, so for Bokura we did like the 2 playthroughs, and I feel like that wasn't worth it for what we got. And I feel like even like this one we played, and I enjoyed my time. Like gameplay wise, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great mechanics, but it kind of rehashes a lot of what's been said. And then there was a couple puzzles that both of us were like, I don't even know how you worked that out. Like it is very vague. So I was less happy with that. You know, still had a great time. But that was another one that we played that I did want to mention.
Okay, yeah, because I know you and Avani really liked playing that originally, so.
Yeah, the first ones are a really good first playthrough. Like I would definitely like recommend just playing that, but playing it once. Like I still haven't even looked up the other ending of Bokura Planet, whereas I did for the first one. So yeah, a little bit of a disappointment, but it was still like what we expected in a lot of ways. So
yeah.
But yeah, if you can go into Bokura like with little to no knowledge, go into it.
Okay.
Cheap game too. It's like $5.
Oh, great. We love that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anyone want to ask Shoddy any questions?
I did have a question, and I apologize because it was about something you said earlier. But you were talking about how something was scuffed, or I'm paraphrasing, but a word like scuffed. And I'm wondering what your definition of scuffed looks like.
Maybe it was like when I was referring to Mafia.
Yeah.
Or I think it's just I feel like it's a very old gameplay design. Is what if I'm getting like really into the weeds about it. It is very much feels like Xbox 360 PS3 generation of game design, and when I say that, I kind of also mean that with love, because it is such an antiquated way of going about it. Things that everything is open world, everything is like so refined now, where it is kind of like nice to see a 7 out of 10, you know, if that makes sense. Like I said, like the stealth was super easy. Like I have it on normal right now, but I bet I could have it even on hard, and it would just like kind of play itself in a lot of ways. Like you get into shootouts, and there's like horse riding and there's driving, but there wasn't anything that really wowed me in the gameplay. There is like they do have like knife fights, but a lot of them are very much like, okay, you know, it's a pattern, you know what to hit at what time, and they're pretty simple. So like I think if you're going into it, like go into it for the story more, because the gameplay is not gonna make you like, oh my god, I'm a mafioso, you know, like it's really not gonna feel like that. I think like there's even like I think the time jumps do a lot to kind of explain away, but there's a lot of like jumps I think with the main character of like, okay, so now you are a mafioso, like because like you come from this like very humble, like he starts in like the mines, and it's like really bad working conditions, you know, and it kind of there's a certain scene in like the second or third chapter where it's like he kind of abandons that whole thing, and it feels so jarring to me, but also like it's trying, like it's been months, right? Like so like in actuality like his hair, he starts with a shaved head and his hair gets larger, so like you can kind of know what the time gap is, but it's still like it does feel a little like you gave up a lot of your morals for just people who are taking you in, you know. So which I think is might prove well in the story too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Shoddy, the comment you made just before, and I won't get into it now, but it could be a really interesting discussion point later or in another episode. But where you mentioned it's like it's great to have a 7 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
Brendan and I were talking about this yesterday in the car, about, you know, just how nice it is to have something that is slightly above average but not good,
Right.
and that in itself makes the game good. So I don't know, maybe we compile a list of our favorite and best 7 out of 10 games,
that.
and just
I'd love
recommend
that.
like the ones that you wouldn't necessarily recommend, but you're like, no, this is just a solidly good time. So
Yeah. It's one of those things too where when one of those hits, it really hits.
yeah,
Because it is something that you're like, oh well, not everybody's talking about this game, you know, or not everybody feels the certain way about this game.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
It's-
is like a fun thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I recommend. All that said, I do recommend Mafia Old Country if you're into like that sort of aesthetic and stories. If you like The Godfather and Goodfellas and stuff like that, you're gonna have such a good time with it.
Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, the game Brendan was talking about that was a solid 7 out of 10 for him was Astral Chain, which came out on Switch
Oh yeah.
one way back. He's like, you know
Yeah.
what? That game was kind of trash. No more than a 7 out of 10, but in that it was a 10 out of 10. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
all right. Any other questions for Shoddy, or do we want to move on to Sean? All right, Sean, the floor is yours.
I have been on my Switch journey recently, and I'm playing on my Switch again. I found a game on YouTube called Naiad, N-A-I-A-D,
Oh yeah.
and I've been playing that, and it's such a good, like, turn your brain off and, like, relax kind of game, which, like, I found it under, like, a cozy YouTube short, and then I was having, like, a particularly bad, like, mental week, and it really just, like, mellowed me out. You're basically a little, like, water nymph, and you're floating downriver, and they're like little puzzles for you to solve, like getting birds back together, getting frogs back together, finding like different animals and hidden like rivers. So it's like it's not a lot of like skill based playing, if that makes sense, but it's really relaxing. My kind of game. I like a good like cozy, low energy game.
Yeah.
For, you know, those days when you're not like trying to pull your hair out. I've also been playing Tiny Bookshop, another cozy game. Um,
I hear really good
that
things
is
I love
too.
it.
Not just from crows,
it's
but I've been
fun.
hearing a lot of good things. It's on like
It's so fun.
it's beating like quite a few things on the Switch eShop bestseller list too, which is interesting. Like Nintendo
Really?
games, yeah.
That makes sense. It's a fun game.
Mhm.
You're literally just opening your little mobile bookshop and like recommending books to people. I imagine that if you're like a really big reader, this game is gonna be fun because they use actual like book titles um and genres and stuff like that. So you might see like your fave book. I've even seen books that I've written down that I want to read because it just sounded interesting. I'd never heard of them. Um, yeah, another good like cozy game. I can see why that's doing really well. And then the kind of random game I've been playing is called Merchant of the Skies. You're like captain of a flying ship, and your job is to fly from like these floating islands to floating islands and like set up like your own camp, uh getting resources, trading with other islands. It's a cute little game, a little pixel game, which I'm a sucker for a good pixel game.
I
So
love the
I've been
pixel
having
art
fun with
here.
that. I love it. It's so good. I yeah, that also I have been playing on my Switch and it's been fun. It's actually harder than you would think because you do have to think about like fuel and supply and you're also doing like tour guiding to make money for your trade business. It's a really interesting gameplay.
Okay. Shauna?
Other than that, I don't remember any other games I'm playing at the moment.
Okay. I do actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
So in previous episodes, you know, we've kind of talked about how you are still discovering what games you like, and like,
Mhm.
you know, what those kind of categories are, I guess. So what prompted you to
Yeah.
pick up each of these? Like, what was it that drew you to them?
It was the art. The art is what got me for all of them.
Yeah.
A tiny bookshop I've had bookmarked for a really long time because I saw it on a uh some game direct, I don't remember. And I was
I
really
think it was on
interested at the
Wholesome this year.
Yeah.
yes, yeah. And it's been on my wish list for a while. But Naiad, like I said, I saw that on a YouTube short and it looked so pretty and I was like, especially because the point of view is like you're above the clouds and
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a point of view like that and it just looked really right now the things that draw me to games are art. So
Yeah.
if it's really good like colors, if it's a pixel game, I'm usually sold.
Yeah, I think it's fine for visual, like the visual quality of a game to be, you know, something that draws you to what you play. Um, you know, it is kind of the key component in the word video game is that, you know, it's about what you see.
Yep.
So yeah, okay, that's good to know. Okay, I'm filing that away for some future recommendations for you.
I think much like not last week, but last time, it looks like a lot of these in common again. I think are also like a little like the management sims that you
Yeah.
find that you really like. Like it's there's a really interesting gameplay loop there that kind of like will reel you in. And then you're like, oh well, I can make this do this a little bit, and then that do that a little bit, and then all of a sudden there goes 5 hours, you know.
Exactly.
So I think like knowing that you like one of your favorites is Spiritfarer, like knowing that
Mhm.
I'm like, oh okay, now that makes sense now, and the narrative with it too, I think like hooks you as well.
Exactly. Good
From what I
story.
see.
Like I come for the art and I stay for like a good story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, no, I love that.
Okay.
And I'm actually I love that you are loving Tiny Bookshop because I played the demo of that in the Next Fest and adored it. So So I haven't picked it up
So
yet, but
cute.
yeah, you talking about it is making me go, oh, maybe I do pick it up. Maybe I do pick it up real soon. Because yeah, I loved it,
should.
and you know, you get the dual bonus of playing a great video game and getting book recommendations. So truly two of my favorite things in the world. So
It was made for you, actually. Now that I think about it.
yeah, it was my highlight of the Next Fest demos that I played, and so yeah, having somebody I know just be like, yeah, it's great, like truly sells it to me even more. So
Yay.
yeah. All right. Anyone got any questions for Sean before we move on?
I don't think so.
I have a question for you, Sean.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, highly recommend Laudonaut. I enjoyed it.
I will bump that up. I'm trying to be better about playing games and playing them all the way through. So
Yeah.
I will definitely get to that.
How do you spell it?
LODDLE.
Oh, found it. Okay.
Here, put a link.
Oh
in.
yeah.
It's on Steam, and I think it's also on Switch.
Yeah. I think I got it a while back in a Humble Bundle.
Yeah, the that was one I think that was on like I think it was a Wholesome Direct as like a one more thing, and I watched it forever and then just it never. That and like Smooshy Come Home, about the mushroom are like two ones that are just like on my list that I need to get to.
Smooshy Come Home.
It's about it's like a mushroom that delivers stuff. It's like a little platformer.
That sounds cute.
It
does
is
sound cute.
overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Oh, it is cute. Okay, I'm wishlisting it to my
Thank you.
1,000+ wish list.
Yeah, real.
Right.
Reminder: if you like any of the games or want to check out any more of the games that we talk about, give it a little wish list. It helps that it devs out real much.
Yeah. Yeah. I should make a Google Doc or
Real
something.
much. Some brain work good.
Yeah, I should
Brain
make
work
I should make a Google Doc of all the games we talk about so that it's easy to find the links. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my list to do. All right. Well, thank you, Sean. Anyone else have anything for Sean?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, Luffy.
Over it.
Lufert.
Okay, so I have been trying to beat a bunch more games, basically because I want my criteria for when I review games to have like more weight behind them. I guess I just want more of a sample size to draw from, because I've started a lot of games, I haven't finished a lot of games, so I've come up with a list. You can't really see, but it's a list of every game that I need to beat this year. Since we last talked, I have beat a lot of games.
A lot.
A lot of games. 93 hours worth of games, to be specific. I've beat
Damn.
Ghost of Tsushima, Tunic, Ori, Psychopomp, Hypnagogia, and Journey. Specifically, I think what I've noted just in general so far, before I get into any specifics or anything, I've noticed that I have picked, while I've been interested in these games, and like a couple of these games I've never, like, I've never been recommended them. I've found them myself via certain things. Every single game I have played so far, I would recommend. I've not played a single game that I would say, oh yeah, like this is like a not even like a I wouldn't recommend per se, but like not like a, oh yeah, this is a so-so type of game. I think every single game that I've played so far would be a game that I think everybody should play. I think everybody should have the opportunity to play. I've been finding them. Primarily, I've been trying to go with games that are already in my library, so I don't have to go out and buy new ones. But For example, games like Hypnagogia, Psychopomp, and Ori, I did not have in my library prior to starting this list. Hypnagogia and Psychopomp are two games that I really liked from the aesthetic point of view. Um, Psychopomp is, I don't even know how you would describe it. It in terms of like the aesthetic, it's very grungy. It reminds me of like drawings you would put in like a middle school notebook, and then someone with that same capability of those middle school drawings turn it into a 3D. Um, it's like a 3D adventure game, because really all you're doing, you're holding the W key the whole time, and you're going up to stuff, and then you're hitting a hammer. Like, it's very simple point and click game, is what I would say, but it's extremely well written. Uh, you're from the point of view of someone who, it's essentially like someone who's lost the plot with society and thinks there's a huge underground world running everything, um, and they use a tinfoil hat to help them see the secrets that they call the psychopomp. Is essentially what it's about. But it's an extremely cool psychological horror. It's set in pretty much any underbelly of any big institution, hospital, city hall, public schools, and things like that. And it's very grungy, very, very cool. Hypnagogia is a game, and I recommended this to Shadi immediately after. And I will go on record, because the last time I played this is the last VGC that we had, right before I like lost my power because of like a storm. And that was my second time playing it because I wanted to go back to it. The first time I ever played it, I think I said on stream, this is this game is so simple in its gameplay that surely it's just about proving like aesthetic. Like, it's just like about looking at it. Over time, I come to realize that that is intentional. The beginning parts, if you play it and if you don't give it enough time to bake, the beginning parts you're like, oh, I'm walking to one side of the map to grab a key to open a door at the other side of the map, and that's like how you complete it. You're like, oh well, that doesn't feel very rewarding. Like this is literally like a game you could give any kid and play, and then slowly you realize what this game is, and this game is kind of the reason I have this list and the reason I have all reviews is a step away from these fast-paced live service games and like enjoying an experience, a first-person experience. That is what Hypnagogia is. Because at first you're like, oh, it doesn't have the hook right away, I want to leave it. And I realize, because through the story it's saying, oh, if you stick around, you're going to be like you could just run right through this thing in like 5 hours, but if you stick around, you'll see under every nook and cranny there's something really great. And I think this is one of the games that spoke to me most, and was one of those games that I recommended to Shadi right away, because I'm like, oh my god, this has really great it has some like surprisingly deep moments about like grief and loss and like not being enough, and also like how pleasure and quick entertainment, while it does feel good, it feels very hollow. Like at the beginning you're getting the achievement right away, but you're like, this doesn't feel earned. This just feels like I'm just scrolling, getting instant gratification. And it's kind of a beautiful story at the end, where again, it looks very cool, looks like something you play on the PS2. Each level is kind of inspired by different stuff: Spyro, Legend of Zelda.
There's a specific level that feels like very, very Crash Bandicoot to me. And then
Crash.
Okay, go ahead. I was just gonna say the other one is like the forest. Like, they straight up lifted the Forest Temple in a lot of ways from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, like Legend of Zelda. They have Metal Gear references. They have, this is like a platformer, like a 3D puzzle platformer at its core. That's what the game is. But then you get into other parts, you're like, oh, this reminds me of like being lost in deep space, like parts of like Martian. Like, this is like very much, I think, a game that someone puts all their effort into, and if they never make another game again, that's fine, because I think you've set out and nailed everything you need to do. Is it the most beautiful game in the world? No. Is everything dialed up to the point where like I'm like this is like everything it needs to be like aesthetically and things like that? I wouldn't say so personally. However, um, I think categorizing things based on values like that, I think, is what I'm starting to turn away from with a review. And I think more so, is this an experience worthy of your time? Have you come away with different ideas after playing this? And is there something that you had just genuine fun without all the story, without dialogue, where you engaged in it? And I would say that hits all the boxes. This is a game I would recommend. In terms of other stuff I've been doing, I'm getting ready to play Grounded 2 because I got it for Keymailer, so I'm really excited about that. Trying to figure out what game I play next. It's between finishing up Signalis, starting Half-Life, or starting Metal Gear Solid 2 because Metal Gear Solid Delta is right upon us. So lots of stuff there. Shadi, you had some thoughts about Hypnagogia, if I believe.
I also wanted to say I totally fucking blanked. I did beat Metal Gear Solid as well. Really good game. There's some things that don't hold up at all. A lot of it doesn't hold up at all. However, there's stuff in there that I'm like, oh, this is actually quite ahead of its time, you know. So yeah, and we know we talked about going through Metal Gears together as well. Yeah, Hypnagogia, holy hell, it surprised me. I think I was in the call when you were finishing it that one day.
Yeah, I
beat
like, oh, 2 games that day. On that
yeah, you're like, Shadi, you gotta play this, and I'm like, okay, like, I woke up, was it 2 days ago, and kind of just like feeling like mud, really not feeling my best self, not feeling a lot of things, and trying to, like play the things that like you were saying, where it kind of gives you the gratification, like more of the gamey games sort of stuff. And I'm just like, Luffy recommended me Hypnagogia, and it's not a huge. The other thing that's great and that I love that will instantly get me into a game is that, oh, this game is like 6 hours, perfect. And when I say, even with the recommendation, this game surprised me in a lot of ways. Like Luffy said, it's not it from what it is at the beginning. It doesn't change a whole lot, but I think that's what the beauty of it is. The game is very much about patience. The game is very much about being in the physical space and mindfulness, and really asking more of the media you consume as well. I think. I think that also there's a lot of at least I don't know exactly if there's like different playthroughs you can do or what, but like I think there's a lot of self-affirmation as well, and like there's a lot of questions asked in the game that really hit on a personal level, and it's silly. It is really silly a lot. Like you flirt with a stone door at one point in time, and there's a lot of just like fun silly moments, but like in that there's also just a wonderful story about also kind of just pushing forward. It's very much also about perseverance, in the way of like, especially getting closer to the end. It's almost like they take different sections of games that they loved as a kid and baked it in with a little bit more writing in the way of like I don't know, but it's more like the themes that I'm saying right now. It's just like they add a little zhuzh to every single one of those, and it like they wear their influence on their sleeves. I adored this game. I was in the call with Luffy when I beat this game, and the last parts had me in tears, just like reading it in my head. And there's not exactly like, I wouldn't say there's like endearing characters. Like you don't really remember a lot of the characters, but I think like the overall story of what they're trying to achieve with it, they do really well. And to what Luffy's saying, I think for me, I've been trying to do more of the, um, this is something that, are they trying to, do they hit what they're trying to get conveyed? And for this, I think they really do. The game is, I think, like maybe $14 USD. Not a very long commitment. I highly recommend it, but also take your time with it. You know, like kind of explore, look at the architecture around you. You know, like really take in the vibes of the game. And yeah, like I can't say enough good things about this game. Also reviewed it on Steam.
Which you should
I was
also
so
do
happy with
for
it.
the games that you love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like.
if you love a game, review it. It does again another thing that's even better than a wish list.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I had to say.
Yeah, I think.
Also,
Oh.
oh god.
Go ahead, Shorty.
I just wanted to also say I'm making my way through Tunic as well. I think there's a lot of things I love about that game and a lot of things that frustrate me about that game, but I think that's a personal thing. But so far, I like chipping. I like going in, doing a zone, and getting out. That's been a really fun game to do with that. So I will be updating my Tunic journey later.
Oh yeah.
Nick is also one on my list that I need to play soon.
Good game.
Yeah, I think
game.
it's gonna make it onto my list with the way that the two of you have talked about it. So yeah, I don't know when I'll get around to it, but I might pop it on my list and get around to it at some point. Luffy, you kind of touched a little bit on Ori before, but do you love it? Like, I know you said you would recommend them, like all the games you've played, but like
Yeah,
I
think Ori is. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I've had it for a little while, like a couple of years now. I bought it a couple of years ago. I do really hate like the side-scrolling Metroidvanias though. As a genre, I don't like that, so that's been holding me off playing. But like, I think for the right games, I could get past that. And I'm curious to know if Ori is one of those right games.
You know, it's so funny because I wouldn't even have described it as a Metroidvania, even though that's exactly what it is. And I'm realizing now why I like it so much. Behind me up here is a poster of Metroid Dread, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I would not call myself a Castlevania lover. In fact, I think I didn't like Hollow Knight the first couple times I played it because I don't typically like side scroll. Fast forward, I love Hollow Knight, so I beat the whole game, DLC, everything. But what I'll say is with Ori, it's so funny because I wouldn't even consider it that. I think maybe the 3D assets maybe tricked my mind into thinking it's something else. But I think with Ori, the beautiful part about it is like there is like a story about as deep as you'll get with like a really sad Pixar or Disney story, right? It's not going to be you're not going to have like be emotionally gutted by it necessarily. Like I felt like there are definitely parts that some people may completely disagree and say no, like I would cry at this part. I remember moments where I felt that way, and I think also like the story is fine. It is at the end of the day about the gameplay, and I was talking to Morty about this because Morty is the person that when I started thinking about games that I wanted to play, because I was like, I wanted to like compile like a list of games that I want to play, and I looked at Metacritic, what are like all the ones on Metacritic rated 90 and above, and Ori is on there. And I remember talking to Morty at the time. Morty's like, "Oh yeah, I love this game. I've played both of them. Some of my favorite games of all time." And Morty goes, "Ori, Will of the Wisp, which is the one that's rated the highest of anyone." He's like, "If you really like Ori's gameplay, it leaves some things to be desired. You would love Ori, Will, and the Wisp." and I love the gameplay of it. It reminds me, I feel like every power up is super helpful. You can kind of see them coming. So like if you play like enough Metroidvania type games, you'll be like, oh, this gap is too far for me to cross, and I know that I'll be able to do that later. So I mark it down on my mental checklist. I'm going to be getting a dash ability. Once I get a dash ability that allows me to crawl across space, I know where to go, because like that's how you think about those games, right? It's like a long series puzzle where like if you hit a dead end, you're hitting a dead end not because of a skill gap necessarily, you're hitting it because of like a gameplay gap. And Ori does that beautifully. It tracks it well for you. You can see all the things that are going to come up. You know exactly those things. It can outright explain things to you sometimes, which can be a little bit too much. But again, this is a game for kids, so I always take those things with a grain of salt. I think this is a game I would recommend purely based on how fun it is to move in that game, especially when you're fully powered up at the end. Very, very cool, quick timing, like sections where you have to nail it down and you use all of your abilities at once. That feels awesome. That's why I love platformers in general. Is when you get to chain all your abilities and speed together. Um, so I would recommend Ori. My last thing, and this is so funny because I didn't know this before we started talking today. I mentioned I played Journey, and Journey, if you don't know, is a game that matches you up with other players that are playing Journey at that time. Journey is over 12 years old at this point. It's over 13 years old, actually, excuse me. Came out in 2012. At the time that I was playing, Morty looked it up in the call. There's 30 people playing it on Steam. 30 people in the world playing this game on Steam. And it matched me up with someone at that time to play with. You don't talk. It's completely nonverbal. Your only way of communicating, and I won't spoil it for you because I think you'll understand. But your only way of communicating is with like a gameplay mechanic. That's like the way you can tell someone's button mashing or something, and you can kind of feel the other person on the other side, and maybe they'll like move or they'll stop. It's like you're kind of reading those things, but there's no communication whatsoever verbally. Completely silent. You're just listening to the music of the game. And I had a wonderful time. 2 hours, very short time commitment. I thought it was going to be 6. 2 hours, finished it in the call with Morty. And I was like, man, that was so nice. Like this person was leading me through it. It's crazy. I get matched up, and I was playing this at 1 in the morning. 1 in the morning on a Thursday. So it's not like this is like going to be peak time to like match up with people. There's a chance you play that game, you don't match up with anybody at all. And I matched up with someone, and they took me all the way to the peak. And right before I got up, they like stopped. They did a little dance, and then they disappeared. I'm like, oh my god, my buddy's not going to come to the top with me. I was like so bummed. I go to my profile today. I have 2 messages. One is from Polar, telling me I look super cute. The other is from this person saying, hey, nice work on Journey. GG at 3 a.m. the other night. I'm like, that is such a sweet message. It is such a sweet
cutest
message.
interactions.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, this person looked me up, said, oh, dude, I will say, Journey is such a fun experience. Shadi told me, set aside time to play it. Literally, if you're like alone in the house one day, you're like, man, I'm like bored, and you want some sort of social interaction, but you don't really want to get up or do anything. Boot up Journey if you have the ability to play, or talk, right? Because you don't have to talk.
Yeah.
And you boot up Journey, you play it, you're like, this is such a fun experience. Like it's literally in the name. It's about the experience, about the journey. And there's nothing like crazy. There's no like crazy boss fights. Like it reminds you of the game Inside, where your only thing is really moving, but it's how the environment interacts with the way that you move and how you interact with the environment. Really, that makes this so much fun. Like you don't like you have the ability to jump and to glide, and like I looked up like this journey page and there's like a ton of crazy movement tech you can do, but really it's about you and this other person, completely nameless, experiencing going to the top of this mountain. And I think I would recommend it. I've been so long-winded on my part, though. I'm going to pass it, unless you guys have any burning questions.
I just wanted to also comment on Journey. Like I remember having that experience, that exact same experience, where it's just like you get finished with it, and the person like messaged me, and it was like, hey, thank you for the journey. And it's like, oh man, like it just fucking hits, man. It's the connection of people, like that shit hits
Yeah.
like every single time, and I will always recommend people Journey.
Yeah, it was nice. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's like greatest game of all time or greatest experience all time. I think it was nice.
I think a lot of games have aped um, the the idea behind it before. Like I think at the time it was very novel. But yeah, like I think like it's not something like if you play now you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is a brand new experience. You know.
I can't think of another game that's like that personally, but yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Luffy. I guess we'll move on to Riot.
Thank you.
Okay, so my yapping is gonna be a little short because I've been gone on a vacation last week, and outside of that, I've just been like back to work full force. So I've had very little time to sleep and very little time to play games. But I did get a stream up yesterday, and Morty reminds me that he had bought me Hollow Knight 9 months ago. So I started playing that. Never touched that game before. And it's really interesting. Like it's it's like an indie Metroidvania. And Morty said that it was actually it was released before Ori, and Ori was like a major competitor for it because it's like, you know, big studio versus tiny Australian dev team, Team Cherry.
Team Cherry,
and
shout out.
The art in it is amazing. I love how they do the animations for the combat and just the little things like running or turning to go into a house. I haven't gotten very deep into it, so I can't say much more aside from that. But I will piggyback off of the game Luffy brought up. Journey, I played that game, and the first time I played it, I think I didn't know that it was like a social matchup game. I think the first couple levels I did totally on my own. Not expecting, you know, to run into anybody. Then all of a sudden there's like this figure in the distance coming towards me. I was like, who the fuck is that? And I thought it was like an NPC or maybe someone's about to attack me. And then they just start, you know, doing the thing, and it was really cute. And yeah, it's one of those rare games where it seems like any chance you get to interact, it's never malicious, you know? Because I feel like it's really common in games where you have any kind of multiplayer integration, where if given the chance, someone's just gonna troll you or try to make your life, you know, less good that day. So yeah,
there's not someone like ruining the game for you, by being just an ass.
Yeah, whether it's, you know, comms in any of the live service games or anything else, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a very unique experience, and it's almost like the game gives you just enough to be able to interact and sort of communicate, but it kind of filters that ability to be a shitter, like a shitter in a game, you know. So yeah, I really like Journey. And,
yeah, it's I just wanted to like piggyback in the way of like Journey and Hypnagogia are both games that I feel like are a reset. They feel very much like a reset. If you played just like the games that are games industry games, the AAA, you know, that sort of stuff, especially multiplayer games. In Journey's case, it's easy to get caught in the loop of things and caught in the gratification for hypnagogia. And those games kind of both push back against that like super hard. And kind of remind you, they recenter you, and that's why I love games like that. So, yeah.
I think it created some great ambience. It also had some pretty good moments of tension in the storytelling. I don't think there's any boss fights or combat, but there's definitely moments where you're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, Rabbit, I think now's a good time to be playing Hollow Knight with, Silksong finally having a release date.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been,
It'll be
6
interesting.
years, I think.
I think it's been 8.
Can I ask y'all?
Really?
Do y'all?
Yeah.
Are y'all worried about Silksong not living up?
Well, I haven't played
Go
Hollow
ahead,
Knight,
Kyle.
so...
I'm worried for the people who are like super fans have been like foaming at the mouth that it's not going to be great.
Yeah, that's valid. I don't know. I haven't been in it, so I'm always one of those people that's like, my expectations are 0. I try not to assert my, what I want it to be into what the devs are actually creating. But, people do that, so that's a really good point.
Well, Morty's a Hollow Knight lover, and they have 0 concerns, so...
I think the thing is, the only concern I don't have concerns about them putting out another great game that is very much Hollow Knight. I think that is the only problem that you would have, is the fact that what do you do to innovate on that, especially because it's been so long, right? Like, Hollow Knight was a game where before Hollow Knight, we had very few games in that Metroidvania genre that also hit on that level. Like, they also put in Souls elements with the leveling up system, and there's the very precise platforming, and it's just like, now there's been like a deluge of games that have come out inspired by Hollow Knight. Like, games are literally moving away from the September 4th window to that are alike Hollow Knight, and are trying to are inspired by Hollow Knight.
Well, even the ones that
to
aren't.
move away from that. Even the ones that aren't. Yeah. So that's the thing, is like, I know it was such a, like, when I played it, and I haven't beat it, but when I played through it, it was like, oh yeah, this is like obviously a 10 out of 10 experience. Like, this feels like a must-have gaming experience. I think the meme of Silksong has gone further than the game could actually be. Like, it's like Half-Life 3 at this point. It's actually kind of wild how much it like evolved into that. Where like Half-Life 3, no matter what it is, it's not going to deliver. And some people weren't even around when when Half-Life 1 was made, like, so it's like, do they even know what that, or when a Half-Life was, was new, so it's like, what does that look like? What does that look like for people? Do they even know what they want? Do people even know what they want? And I think, like, you've seen like things like Spider-Man 2 is a game where it's like, that game is wonderful. It's incredible. I think it does a lot of things that are improving upon what came before, but it is also just a Spider-Man game again. It's just another great Spider-Man game. Whereas you have the first Spider-Man game, and holy shit, we have a great Spider-Man game now. So I think that's the only way that you have like that unrealistic expectation of like, is this going to be an innovative game? If you're expecting it to be an innovative game, it might not be. But if you're expecting something to be Hollow Knight again, and an improved version of Hollow Knight, then that's probably what you're going to get. So
Yeah, I would say there's very few things that I'm super worried about looking at it. Right away, the art, to me, already is an elevated version of what the art was before. Just from the demo, I'm like, oh, not only do they do the things that they did well last time, the little cute characters, they're in abundance. I love the chubby little bug guys. Dude, I just want to pick them up and squish them, dude. They're so cute. But I think, if I'm thinking about it, what else does Silksong have to innovate, or what else could you possibly innovate on, would be my question. And like, if you're looking for something to live up to it, I would compare the idea to me is Breath of the Wild versus Tears of the Kingdom, where you're hoping that the story doesn't derail so much that it ruins the first one because it came out. That would be the only thing I would personally worry about. Aside from that, mechanics, just honestly just keep it the same, and literally you already have a built-in different mechanic with the other character. I forget their name off rib, but they already had a different skill set than Hollow Knight did.
Yeah.
You know, like we're going into that skill set, so you already are going to have a fresh experience because your abilities and things like that are not going to be the same. That's done. So then, to me, if the mechanics, you have 7 years to improve it, and they're not going to put out a game that's shit at this point, right?
No.
They 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 could have put this out in 2023 or earlier. They said it's like, but they've been in the opposite of development hell. They've been in development heaven, where they're like, yeah, we've had this finished for a while, but then we keep on thinking of new stuff, and we're just having a blast doing it. And for me personally, I'm like, oh, that's great. Like they don't
Sounds
even
great,
want to put it
yeah.
out because
That's
they
how
just want to
games
keep putting
should
stuff
be
in there.
made.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they're very lucky, right? Because
Yeah.
they struck gold, and then they struck oil under gold. So they got to
Right.
get enough funding where people were like, okay, yeah, we'll open up a game, and then it exploded in sales after that, where you can keep your studio going probably for the next 10 years just off the profits of Hollow Knight, let alone
Yeah.
making a game on top of it. So they're like, they have every reason to make a great game, but
Yeah.
I would not be looking for inspiration. Tank points out Rain World. I would like more games like Rain World. I think it's funny because I played Rain World recently, and first thing I thought is, oh, Death Stranding took this from Rain World. There's like some aspects in there where I'm like, it is, yeah, a game that I love. The game Death Stranding 2, you guys know I love that game. We talked about it freaking all of VGC episode 1, right? I think there's other games out there that I'd be looking for inspiration for me personally. I think it'll be a great game. I think it'll be worth the time
Yeah.
and the money to play it.
I 100% agree, and I think like that's the thing is like the only thing I think is that people are going to be like just like they are with Breath of the Wild. They're sacred with Breath of the Wild because it is the first one. I'm like, you've also had 7 years to be able to build that up in your head, right? Like Silksong is not going to have that. Like Silksong is not going to have. Tears of the Kingdom didn't have that, right?
Yeah.
Like Tears of the Kingdom, like I adore. I think it's better than Breath of the Wild. I think it's far and away better than Breath of the Wild. But I think it's less surprising, and I think I think there are a lot of people look for surprises in their games. But I think for me, I'm looking for, is this improvement of the game? Is this something that they're taking it and running with it? And if that's like we talked about before, is this executing on the design again really well? And that's what I'm looking for.
I honestly think if they make this just like Hollow Knight DLC, me and 95% of the other percent of people that will buy and play the game, it'll be perfect.
Will adore it.
I think it'll be fun.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be fun.
agree.
Oh yeah.
Morty seems confident Team Cherry will deliver.
Yeah.
I am too.
They're so badass. Did you guys see the interview?
Really?
They're
Yeah.
like they're like they're like asking like, how do you guys keep track of like projects? You guys have Jira and stuff?
Yep.
And the devs are like, what the fuck is Jira? And they're like, wait, so
Yeah.
you guys use Slack or Teams? Like, we're in the same office. So we're fucking base.
And it's so
They're
funny, like what the different work culture is too. Like, oh yeah,
That's so funny.
like
girl, we just talk to each other.
Like
Yeah.
literally, they're just gaming. They're having fun in there.
yeah.
We
It
love
also
to see
helps to have a government that helps fund the arts too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can kind of have that time to gestate. Yeah, I'm happy for them. I'm excited for them. Excited for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get around to Hollow Knight at some point. But like even I am feeling hyped for Silksong, and I know nothing about Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
So even I'm like being caught up in that. It's coming. So
And like you said, you're not someone who is into
Yeah.
that genre usually. You know,
Yes.
so it is interesting that it also piques your interest.
yeah, and it's definitely the art style of Hollow Knight that got me. Like I bought Hollow Knight
Really?
even before I started playing Souls-likes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely like the art style. I'm like, oh, this is adorable. I'm gonna buy this.
Hot take. I don't even think Hollow Knight's the best Castlevania in its type. I think there's things that do what Hollow Knight does better. I think the art style carries it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What do you think is the best one?
Blasphemous,
Yeah.
Blasphemous, Metroid Dread, Ori.
I think a lot of them.
Oh.
Are ones that came after though. Like for me, like a lot of them are like inspired by that Hollow Knight loop, and why it is. That's probably why it is held as highly as it is. But I agree with you. Like I love Metroid Dread. I love, Blasphemous I started Blasphemous and that was fucking awesome.
I think Blasphemous
guys-
and Blasphemous 2 are the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
You gotta play
Rabbit,
Ninja
it's
Gaiden.
Rabbit, sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You guys have strong opinions on Animal Well?
I haven't played it.
I think I'm
really.
an idiot for not beating it. That's my strongest opinion.
Yeah, truly.
I haven't beat it yet either, but I've gotten through a good chunk of it, I would say.
It's another game I own but have not started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I do research for like glitches and stuff, right, for the YouTube channel. It's no secret. I think when I looked at Animal, the sheer amount of things that you could do, just so many like different little things that they toss in about the game. I'm like, dude, this is a game someone, again, it reminds me of Hypnagogia, where if this is the only game you ever made in your life, this is a career-defining piece of work, if nothing else.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Lots of
It's
love,
a very like
stylistic stuff.
throw your tools at the wall until it sticks kind of game.
It also reminds me of Tunic in the same way that this is how I feel also about things like Jordan Peele films, where like when you're watching like Nope or Us or something, Jordan's always tossing in like little film stuff, so he's like doing little references to like The Thing or something. Animal Well does that too, because it's made by someone that fucking loves video games, and it's like, oh my, like you're like, dude, I know this reference, you know, like that's how you know someone's making a really good game. Same with like Tunic, like you could tell those people just love playing video games. They're such a fan of video games, and they just pepper it throughout with all their favorite stuff. I hate using the word "it's a love letter" to something because it sounds so pretentious, but it's a love letter to games. It is what it is.
I think the other thing that Animal Well and Tunic do so well is like self-discovery, where it's just like the interesting ways that they let you in on what to do are so cool, and unlike anything.
Yeah. Yeah, PW made a really interesting comment about Animal Well, and so did Tank as well, but PW said that Animal Well is fantastic, it just didn't work for them because the loop wasn't intuitive enough, so they dropped it. And I think that's a really interesting kind of dichotomy of opinion, of like,
So-
it's fantastic, it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Tank, that seems interesting that you would.
Oh, that was
you
PW,
would, like,
but...
Well, Tank was also not huge
Yeah.
on the gameplay. So in my like my thought process, that's kind of what you could say with Tunic. Because if Tunic doesn't grab you, that game is nebulous as hell. It is very difficult to know what to do next, and very frustrating at points. Because like that's what makes the payoffs. I mean, that's what makes it such a good game, because the payoffs are so much better. You're like, oh my fuck, I see it. I solved this puzzle. I'm at, like, that's what makes it great. But why then would you say that doesn't work for you in Animal? Is there something you could point out? You know, I would ask that question.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as PW because I haven't finished it myself. I feel like the possibilities and going back and forth and trying to figure out what tool you need to get to wherever else to get to the next area, and then I think I got 2/3 of the way through my playthrough of the game, and I was like, why doesn't this fucking game have a map? And I already had the map and just didn't press M. So that, you know, just like mechanics that help hinders when you don't know they're there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Listen, people-
the thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say people shame the yellow paint. Sometimes you need a little yellow paint. man.
Sometimes you need the yellow
Sometimes we
paint.
need
It's
it.
important. Yeah, because like I think that's the thing about those games is the fact that a lot of times when you're frustrated, that doesn't feel like there's certain points in Tunic where it's like nebulous on what to do in terms of like, oh well, you know you need to go here, but you don't know where you need to go. Like there's a certain spot where like there's a ladder that is hidden behind, like you could not see it unless you walked up to it and saw the button prompt. It would not appear, and like stuff like that really does frustrate me because then I feel like an idiot rather than, oh, I solved this puzzle, you know, like which is what I want to feel, you know. So I think that there are the criticisms I have there, but yeah, like I think like it shows when it's so much to be able to do and it's so open, there's not a direction to go, and that's what I find with some of the stuff.
I think the thing that blows my mind is that you could have a good game that is not necessarily a fun game. Because I would think,
Yes.
if you were to say that out loud, I would say that seems counterintuitive. But I have played games that I would say this is a good game, well made, good, like all the things that you would check off the boxes for, and I'm like, this is just not fun. This is just flat out not fun to me. You know, and I think sometimes it's a patience thing, but also it's like you're playing a game to have fun most of the time. Like I'm not.
Right.
It depends on what my mood is. Sometimes I do want the story, but you know.
I feel like it's like
Sometimes
for me,
they're not
it's
fun.
like I feel like it's less that it has to be fun and more like does it respect my time? Does it feel like it's like okay, like am I gonna if I'm putting the time into this and I'm learning the mechanics, is it trying to be like, ah, you didn't know that was there, you know what I mean? Like that's what I don't like about Dark Souls games sometimes, where it's just like, haha, we pulled that one over. I'm like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? Like what in any of your direction, in what any of your gameplay design was I supposed to know that? And there's a couple of things, and even I love Souls games, but like there's a couple of those where I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
I think we give FromSoft way too much credit because we
agree.
We kind of just put it up on way too much of a pedestal because they make really fun games. Don't make me run 20 minutes back to a boss fight. You're a dickhead. I don't care if you think that makes the game more rewarding at the end. That's bad game design.
It truly feels like it's a prank, bro. It's a prank. Like
no, because that's like people are like no, like that's Miyazaki style. Like he's making you feel so punished when you go back, and it gives you the time to think about how am I? No, you're being a dick. You're being a dick.
Yeah.
Save me some time here, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Final thoughts on Animal Well and why I feel like even though I've kind of taken a break from that game, I would see myself going back into it because this game, I love the art and I love the ambiance, specifically the soundtrack and the like. Even puzzles all seem to have very stimmy audio, like I don't know, like 2-bit noises, like beep beep. And then like there's like this thing that chases you and it makes like this little like dungeon crawler doodle, you know, it's like dun 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 dun, and it's terrifying because it's like that thing will kill me instantly, but you almost kind of want to let it get you, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're like,
and that's
I'm
the thing too. That is
anyway.
the thing that is so good about those games, and this is the last point I'll say, is the fact that when you do have those moments, you want to explore that. You want to. That's something I actually loved about Metal Gear, is the fact that this could happen. Like if I wait here, what happens? And then you do it, and you're like, oh shit, this is what happens, and it gives you a whole new mechanic, and I love that shit. Kind of the exploration of that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Thank you, Rabbit.
Thank you, Rabbit. Thank you, Rabbit.
Thank you,
All
Rabbit.
right. And then we're moving on to me.
Rose.
Rose.
Why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
It actually hasn't been all that much. I think I've really only played 3 games. I'm still playing through Wuchang. which I am still enjoying. I think it's one of those 7 out of 10 games for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a 7 out of 10 game that is a 10 out of 10 game, or if it's just a 7 out of 10 game though.
Yeah.
But I'm having a good time with it nonetheless. So yeah, still going with that. I did start a Kimbot, which Luffy gifted me a while back. And all Luffy told me about it was that, you know, it's like Ratchet and Clank, which one of my favorite games of all time. I'm loving a Kimbot. It feels so fun to move around. It's like rewarding. It's got like little kind of traversal sections where, like, you know, you wall run and you've got to like jump onto the wall and you run and you've got to jump to the next section of the wall and you run, and so there's a lot of that. The weapons are really fun. There's less variety of weapons than, you know, Ratchet and Clank traditionally has. I find myself not using the special weapon very much that you can get. Like, here there's 4 and you can pick one at a time to like carry with you. I find myself not using that all that much. I find myself using just like the guns that the game gives you as part of the story. Obsessed with the like sniper rifle in that. I love it. That feels so nice to use. The dialogue is really good. I can really like feel the Ratchet and Clank influences in it. It has a dedicated dance button, so love that. I love the main character, Exy. I hate like the secondary main character, the Clank. The Clank like alternative. He's so grating. His personality is so grating. I literally just want to. His name's Shipset, right? And he's just like a little bot that floats around. I hate him. I just want to stuff him into a hole and forget about him. Like, you meet a character in one of the levels who's like kind of like a little bit of an eccentric professor kind of guy, and for some reason your little buddy Shipset hates him. Like, literally just shits all over him. And so you've got it, like, this guy, the professor gets, like, you know, kidnapped by a dinosaur robot. And so you've got to go rescue him. And he just complains the whole time about it. Like, we could just leave him. Like, this guy has promised to help us. Also, he's just, like, a perfectly nice guy. Yeah, but we could just leave him and keep going. And it's just like, you just hate this guy for no reason at all. And it's made me hate this one character, this one particular level. So I don't know if that character is going to be redeemed for me at all, if it's just going to be one of those characters that becomes like my top 10 hated characters of all time.
Yes.
Is this robot, you know? But I do love the rest of it, and I'm having a great time with it. I think I'm about halfway through, so yeah, enjoying that. And then, so I've played this before, but Shoddy mentioned, we were talking about it the other night, and so I came back to it, and it's the 2014 Thief, which, I love this game. I know a lot of people hate this game. I love this game. Like, I love Dishonored, and I played it back in 2019. I played Thief back in 2019, and so I was playing it the other night, and I'm playing it on like the master difficulty, so it's, you know, it's the hardest difficulty. I'm doing it without the focus to try and get that achievement, and I'm going for the ghost achievement as well, which is no detections. And so I've finished the first level, and going back to it, it's got just these little mechanics that I love. Like, the lock picking in it feels incredible. So it's just, like, there are safes hidden behind paintings, so you've got to like feel your way around the frame with the painting for the latch to be able to open it. And then you either get out your lockpick and like pick the lock, or you find the code. It's not just straight up, you know, you've got to find a code hidden in the environment somewhere, like Dishonored does. It's, you know, you either, if you get out the lockpick, you've got to like rotate your joystick. That's the word I'm looking for. You got to rotate your joystick until it rumbles, and like, okay, that's where you set that pin, and then you move on to the next pin. If you fuck it up, if there's someone in a nearby room, If you fuck it up, they'll hear you. They'll come looking for you. And so there was one room where a guard walks around in a big circle. You know, he stops and looks at some things. And there's a lot of stuff to loot in this room. So I'm just like, I'm following him along. I'm like, okay, he has looked in this cabinet and he's moved off. Time to steal everything out of that cabinet. There's like chests in the middle of the room that if you open up, you can grab the things out of. If you leave them open or if he spots them open, he's like, oh, we've been robbed. So he notices that. So you've got to like time it to be like, yep, I can open it, get everything out, close it again, and get out. Sneaking in to like pick the cash register and then sneaking back out so he can finish his loop and then like have the time to go back. Love it. It scratches my brain so nicely. The cutscenes remind me so much of like the early 2000s computer games that were just like cheap and like, you know, you get them in the cereal box. It's that real like 3D like CGI that looks terrible and I love it. I love it. It was so good. It makes me laugh. Going to the speed through levels of crawling, looting, and crevice, don't you think? Yeah. Is it? Look, I'm gonna say it. It's on par for Dishonored with me. I think like, it is my first favorite type of horror, that cosmic horror, element, as opposed to just, you know, corrupt government and a plague. It's like no, there's cosmic horror in this. Love that. I'm having a good time replaying. it. I finished my first playthrough was 15 hours, under 15 hours, because I got that achievement. Before starting it again the other night, I had 77 hours recorded on Steam. So like, I went back and I redid levels just for the fun of it. Just because I'm like, I'm having a great time. So, I recommend it. And then, yeah, the only other thing I've been playing is the big one. So, let's chat about that.
Please, I want to know what the big one is.
Let me just go back to the other screen because a few of us have been playing this together. So
the moment you've been waiting for.
Yeah, the big one. So Luffy, Shoddy, Avani, and I have been playing a Baldur's Gate 3 campaign. And Thief is on sale for PlayStation for $3. Pick it up. It's fun. Like, yeah, I think the stealth feels a bit more rewarding than like it does in Dishonored. Going through and, you know, picking the locks and actually being involved in like having a bit more involvement and not just, you know, oh, there's coins in the ground, I'm just gonna swipe them. It's rewarding. I would recommend it. But yes.
Before we get into the big one, I just have a couple of questions.
Yes.
So, because I know we're gonna talk like a lot about BG3. So for Akimbot, specifically, you talk about the writing and the dialogue in Akimbot. Something I love about Ratchet and Clank is like just the jokes that are just like kind of toilet humor sometimes, but also like very cheeky, like very on the nose about stuff. How do you think that matches up? Like does it hit the same, or is it a little less, or a little bit more, or?
I would say it's a little bit more on the nose. Like,
okay,
they're making the more obvious jokes, whereas like, you know, Ratchet and Clank sometimes you'll hear a line and it'll take you a second and you're like, oh shit, that's hilarious.
That's what I adore.
Yeah, Akimbot feels a little bit more on the nose. Like, the jokes are a little bit less sneaky. Like, you know how a good PG-13 movie, it's got the jokes for the adults hidden in there. You don't notice them as a kid. You notice them as an adult. If you consider that as Ratchet and Clank. This kind of feels like people of all ages would understand that there's a joke there. Gotcha. So, yeah. That would be, I think, the best analogy for that, I think.
Yeah, because I like love the fake commercials that they make in Ratchet and Clank are some of my favorite things, and it's just to have something that is akin to that would be wonderful.
Yeah,
so
I will say the pacing in Akimbot did throw me a bit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of, the first level, you're like, okay, this is interesting. I don't really know where it's going to go from here because the first level is essentially you and Shipset are just, you were both caught by the mob and now you're running from the mob. Second level onwards, it's basically just balls to the wall. Like, the major story thing happens, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, this feels like endgame content. Like, this feels like everything should have been building up to this, but it's given it to me. So there was I was a bit like, I actually can't tell how long this is going to be, or like where it's going to go from here, because it felt like I was suddenly in the end of the game, like tone wise,
like
pacing wise,
7 different times.
And it did keep the story going. Like, it does manage to do that, but yeah, it kind of, I got through that first level and then I'm like, oh, okay, I suddenly feel like I'm in endgame with none of the story in between. So I did think that was an interesting choice to not build up a little bit more.
I know with their last one, Pumpkin Jack, I believe, is the name of it. It's much more of like the combat platformer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so I wonder if that being that it seems like their first foray into like a actual story, what if they'll improve on the next one and what their influences will be there.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying the story. It just, the pacing has felt a little bit skew at times.
Off.
Yeah.
Okay. The other one that I have, and this is the last one I have for Thief, is the fact that I love stealth games. Like Hitman, World of Assassination is one of my favorite games of all time, and I think that it's so hard to get it quite right. But like what you're saying with the Thief remake is like everything that I love about it.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, if you were to pick out like things that people, because it is a uniquely like hated game, right? Like it is one that was like, do you think it's like people who are fans of the series and they went in a different direction, or do you think that it's more of like there's a certain style of gameplay that, or is there something in there that you're like, oh well, this was tedious but the other parts kind of outshine it?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played the other Thief games. I have got them. It's on my list to sit down and do. It's just, to be able to play them through Steam, you need to, do things with folders so that they run properly, and you need to download a specific mod to actually be able to play the game. And I'm like, that's a lot of effort.
Gotcha.
So I've got to be able to sit there and actually devote the time to setting it up to play it and playing it. Like, I think it's one that played it in a short period of time, so I'm doing it, I'm doing the first one, say, all at once. I'm not taking a break in between play sessions. But I think because it came out only a few years after Dishonored did, like the remake. There was like 4 years between them or something. So I think, and Dishonored is an incredible game. Dishonored is one of my top 10 games of all time, easily, probably top 5. And I think Dishonored just had such a good game that then you got the Thief remake, which, original Thief games, much older than Dishonored, right? And truly is such a pioneer in kind of that stealth genre, that's had such a lasting effect, and, is the progenitor of things like Dishonored. I think it's possible that if Dishonored didn't come out, the remake of Thief possibly wouldn't be so universally hated. I think people looked at the remake of Thief and went, this is capitalizing on Dishonored, and Dishonored is doing it better. And so I think for a lot of people, it's not so much the fact that it was a remake of Thief, but it came out within a few years of Dishonored. It feels a lot like Dishonored. And people went, well, Dishonored did it better. I personally think that is debatable. I think they're both actually excellent stealth games. Like Dishonored has the really cool powers that you use. You know, you can blink, you can slow down time, you can turn into a rat and sneak through a wall. Like, you've got the powers that give you such a variety in the way that you can move through levels and play the game. And so you can really make that gameplay your own. From memory, it has been a while since I've actually played it, and I'm still early on in replaying it. Thief doesn't have that. Thief, you have like, you know, you've got your dark vision, your focus that lets you, you know, track where enemies are. Yeah, from memory, it doesn't give you like additional powers. But it's nice. So like there's a little bit less variety in how you can approach different puzzles. But like there's different kind of paths to things. Like, you know, you can either, in the first level, your goal is just to sneak out the top window of the jewelry shop, right? You don't actually have to do any of the jewelry shop content. There's like 3 different paths you can take to the back of the jewelry shop to get in. Or if you want to be really risky, you can pick the front door where there's 3 different guards that'll catch you. And so like, yeah, you've got, you know, different paths you can take. You can access all of the map. It's like, you know, if you go down one path, you're not like, well, I can't do any of the other paths. So like, you can take your time, or you can just shoot through. But like the actual, I think, yeah, the mechanics of like the lock picking being something involved, and you never know what the safe is going to be. If it's going to be a combination and you've got to go back and find a document with the code, or if it's just one that you pick. Like, you don't know that until you've lifted the painting up and actually seen the safe. And so I think that adds a little bit of variety that Dishonored doesn't have, where the safes are all combination locks. So yeah, I think, yeah, if Thief didn't come out just a few years after Dishonored, I don't think it'd be hated as much as it is. Because I only played it 3 years after Dishonored and love both. So I think it's more on people than it is the game.
Yeah, everything you've explained sounds like a stealth paradise for me.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be picking this up.
Yeah, well, especially if it's $3 on the PlayStation Store, like, and
Right.
it's old, so it goes on sale pretty regularly on Steam. Having a great time with it. Like, also, Chapter 5 of that game, incredible. It's my favorite level. A really cool invisible enemy that you have to like sneak away from as you're like sneaking through the rooms. You can't really tell where they are aside from like audio cues. There's maybe a little bit of visual distortion, but like unless you're looking for it, you're not going to notice it. So it really adds that like element of like, oh, I've got to be real careful. Really careful.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright.
All right, BG3 it is.
BG3 it is. So, Avani, Luffy, and I have all completed other campaigns of Baldur's Gate 3. It's a game we've all played to the end. Shorty, it's your first time playing kind of beyond Act 1, right?
First time all the way through. I played Act 1 when the game came out, and I was swamped with edits, and there was other games that I wanted to play at the time, and it just kind of lost me. And then I was like already 25 hours in, which is not a whole lot in the game, as I'm finding, but also I was just like, I don't even remember what I'm doing or what my role play is or whatever. So I just kind of dropped off, and I'm like, I'll come back to it. And then I never did. And then I've talked many a time to many a people. I'm like, oh, we should start up a BG3 run. And it just never surfaced. And then we did it, and I am having a blast. The fact that so we have an exploit that we have where we get a lot of gold, is what I'll say. And it leads us to be able to respec our characters a lot. So it has given me the ability to really explore each one of the classes in my own way, which I really have liked. And yeah, I'll turn it over to y'all.
Which act is the exploit in?
All of them. So it's linked to the Warlock class. Oh, actually,
Oh.
look at the shit-eating grin Luffy's got. Luffy can explain it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're done updating
It's-
the game.
It's not a bug; it's a feature, by the way.
It is. It is.
Listen, if you want to know how to do it, a really quick explanation. A warlock, if you get a hexblade warlock, they can hex their weapons so that it's never able to be separated from them. So what you do, you put it in a regular weapon, and then it only works on PC. You drag that weapon. Let's say I have a sword that's hexed. And I just put up for barter a random piece of shit weapon, dagger, doesn't matter, and I drag that weapon over the sword. They swap, but because it's hexed, it can't leave my inventory, so I just keep selling it over and over and over again for massive profit. I sell it. I donate it 50 times to the sellers, so they love me, and then the rest of the time I get stuff with I get lots of gold. Get everything. We don't even need gold. We
Yeah.
have every item you could possibly get from vendors. We have made it to every single vendor. We have every single
Well, actually, we
weapon
haven't.
you could possibly get.
We haven't made
No.
it to every single vendor because there's some in Moonrise Towers before that point of no return that we hit last night.
Listen, in you and me's run, we did it. They
Yes.
didn't have anything good. They didn't have anything good. Rip Bozo, by the way. That's why I picked Warlock. Okay, I don't because there's gonna be a ton of people that I don't play D&D. D&D boring. Let me tell you why this is fun. You and your friends are going and fighting things, right? First of all, it's just a reason for you and three of your favorite people, or three of your enemies. That might be even fun too.
Yeah.
I won't tell Shoddy and Crows which ones they are, but
We know.
you get them together. Maybe a mix of the two. Anyways, you get it's just a reason to get people together to play a game. It's also really nice for me because I'm trying not to play like any live service games, like maybe Fortnite once in a while, but I'm trying to get my attention span back. I've been reading books, y'all. Like this is crazy. Like I'm different. I'm changed.
Damn.
How do you?
God.
I've read 2 books.
You beat so many games. You beat so many games on top of that. I'm so
And
proud
guess
of
what?
you.
He's in line
We
now.
had
Wow.
some- Listen. I've read 2 books. I'm better than everybody here now, except for you know. That's how Crows feels about us all the time. By the way. Crows reads
I've
all
read
the time.
2 books.
You think I read
Oh,
books?
she's
Listen.
coasting up there. She's like, "Hello, peasants."
Yeah.
There are some people that have not read 2 books in years, let alone in a week. You know,
All
I'm
right,
changed.
buddy.
My mind is fixed. It's
You don't
it's
need to be
beautiful.
so loud.
Yeah, I
It's
think I
honed
read
in.
15 books in January alone. That's because I read the
Oh,
entirety of
You
Solo
also
Leveling.
read
So
1,000 words per minute.
For a month.
Yeah, you are so quick.
For like a regular mortal being, like 2 books a week is pretty great. Crows is 2 books a night. Let's be honest,
Bros,
with a star.
So one of my best friends is a reader, and he's brought up to me that he like looks at how many books you read because he gets competitive about it. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "She reads so many books. I have to beat her this month." I'm like, "Dude, calm down. It's not that serious."
Listen, it does scientifically make you better than everybody else around you. It's just proven.
Is that right?
I don't
think
know,
it
but I've
does
been
make you
telling
bet-
people that.
Make you better. Quote, unquote,
I've been telling
mentally,
people
maybe.
that, and they haven't been challenging me. So I feel like we're doing pretty well.
Can we take a little pause
Anyways-
real quick and look at who just popped into
God.
chat and shame them for not getting enough sleep?
Good morning, Avani.
Good morning, Bonnie.
Okay, well, we'll move on now.
Maybe we'll have to tell Flaky she's gonna have to give up the name.
Shaming
to the real
ritual
Flicker.
ending?
Sorry. Had to get one in. Okay, so the reason this game is fun, you and your friends get to play like.
Yeah.
Ivani,
She's starting to
you
go.
are late. You are late. You sit. You be sat because crows love you. Anywho, this game is fun because you get a bunch of people together to play. Like, the most difficult part is scheduling. It is the most difficult part. Is like being like, hey, when do you this is the reason most people are gonna stop playing the game. Let alone if you don't like D&D and stuff.
Which
but
is
that's
just like D&D too.
Which is just like anything in your adult life. Try to plan something with 3 or more adults, buddy. You're gonna have. Right. You're gonna want to say what Ivani said in her head. It also is open for so many shenanigans. We pantsed a guy. I've been running around naked as my character. Nobody's asked me to do that. That was just something that I brought to it.
It actually enhances the. At one point, it enhanced your roleplay. It enhanced your roles.
Yeah, it unpants my roleplay. Exactly what Shoddy said. Really fun combat. Extremely, I will tell you, and they will confirm. I have gotten my mileage out of the character creator options that there are there. My character's name, lovingly, is Chode Funk. That was his father's name. And Chode has had every manner of hairstyle, hair color, eyeshadow, tattoo. Has had both a vulva and a penis. Really just getting
both have
always
been out.
bush out summer. I could tell.
Bush in, bush out. Switch it up.
And if you don't like vanilla gameplay, if you somehow play this game enough where you're like, I'm getting bored of it, they have mods. They have built-in mod managers, just like you would find in something like Skyrim, I think, or Fallout, or one of those games has like built-in Nexus mods into it, if I recall. Yeah. Very nice, very easy to set up, and also might be one of the best games of all time, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah. Like, I thought I thoroughly explored every inch of this game when I played it the first time. Like, I think my first playthrough was like 180 hours. I thought I got everything. And then, I think it was our first or second session, we got a cutscene, and I'm like, I have never seen this before in my life. All I am is an Astarian romancer, right? Astarian girly. I saw a cutscene I've never seen with Astarian. I went, what the fuck? So,
if you love yaoi, you'd love this game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're calling me out.
Listen, Sean, you like
I mean, if you love Yuri, you'll love this game too.
Yeah.
You can make the girlies.
If you love whatever, what is it called when you do half yaoi, half Yuri? Whatever the straights do, you can have that too.
No, Tank, I've looked it up. I'm like, hang on. Tank, I googled this cutscene after we got it, and it's like, no, it's like an original cutscene. I've never long rested at the point that needs to be long rested to trigger it.
Headphone ears just perked up. Yeah.
And it turns out there's a variation of it, so I immediately started a new campaign to try and get it, to get the variation of it. But yes, okay, we'll talk about the bad.
First off, I don't know how many patches they've done. The fact that I can still do that exploit should tell you this game is very buggy. It was in early access. I remember having access to this game maybe 2-3 years before it came out early access, like the first part of it. Still buggy as hell. We have had times where I can't even exit the game. The game will not let me leave, and I will have to alt tab out, go to task manager, and turn it off. Also,
really?
Yeah, it seems to be a multiplayer issue.
It is D&D, so we cannot go without saying many such cases of racist characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Many
yes.
such cases.
Yes.
An inherent part
But it
of-
doesn't count because it's against like fictional.
Shut.
Listen, that's what they tell me too. They're like, yeah.
Okay, so
It
Sean's an
is-
old school D&D player. Got it. AD&D player. As opposed to D&D 5e.
Oh. Go back to the old
Sure.
stuff, Sean's like,
CPR.
clipping that? Oh.
All right.
Oh,
Oh my god, this has been
no.
quite the week.
Oh.
Oh, it's over for me.
The
Colin,
Sean
we'll
Chatters
press the
are in
button.
full effect.
The other part that sucks. A big part of the game is romance. Okay. They can see it on screen. You don't need to hide it. They'll see it in the VOD. They'll see it in the VOD.
I know, I've had quite the week. I shouldn't be
We'll see that on
saying
YouTube.
anything.
It sucks because we will have to do absolute bullshit
My God.
to keep people's romance lines alive. We had to kick everybody out of the party. I
Yeah.
had to swap off of my character, play Crow's character, stream it to Discord, and then have Crows do the decisions for me so we didn't miss a part. And this is after we had to go back and do 3 parts 3 different times, so we kept not saving at the right part. So we would keep getting into this cutscene multiple times. So frustrating. Also, make it easier to fuck the characters. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Make it easier to fuck them. They play way too hard to get. I had to go out and find a flower, and they wouldn't smash. That's bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
Bonkers.
Oh,
thing to
yeah,
say,
I think-
but okay.
I think I'm locked out of my Astarian romance.
Listen,
I don't think-
Sean,
The thing is, it's like one thing. Like one thing. If you don't like, I got locked out of Carlex because of I didn't when we first met her say, "Oh, I think I'm having feelings for you." I just met you. I don't think that's how
Shotty's
that
trying to
works.
roleplay. Shotty's trying to
Doesn't sound
roleplay.
right.
Crows is min-maxing every
Yeah,
interaction.
And I didn't know. I didn't know that's what we had to do.
Yeah, I'm not.
Listen,
I was just
No,
like,
it's
I was just like,
usually
I'll
like-
get it. I'll get it.
It's not like you have to simp for them right off the bat, but you can't do like the immediate opposite of what's in their best interest.
Yeah.
Like
I
if you're
wanna
like,
get to
yeah,
know
are we
you,
gonna
you know?
fucking kill this one? You know, like
Yeah.
then maybe she doesn't trust you.
I killed a guy, and they still wanted to sleep with me. So I think Shotty just got a skill issue.
Trade Funk has the risk.
Listen. Okay, and this gets me to the final thing that I want to talk about personally, is the archetypes. Avani is like the silent team leader for whatever reason. The game, like, so usually, if you don't know how like Baldur's Gate 3 works, it's going to default to whoever made the game for pretty much most interactions, right? Because it's going to assume that's like the primary player and everybody else is joining on you. Somehow Avani has convinced the game that I run through my computer that I have created, that I am hosting, that Avani is the leader. And we've kind of just accepted it, where Avani's character just gets every single major cutscene. It is a crapshoot between whether, even if I initiate, you'll see Avani chatting to him. And so Avani's team leader. Crows is a bloodless simp. I'm just gonna say it right
Yeah.
now. Just gonna say it right now.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Chode
That's
Funk,
just fact.
loose cannon piece of shit with a heart of gold. And Shotty's with Embo.
Yeah.
And also his character's with Embo. Their characters with Embo.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that means I'm hot though.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. We know that.
What did you do last night? So last night we were talking.
Don't talk about the things I do. Don't talk about the things I do.
Oh,
Do it. Don't talk about the things I do or lack thereof.
no. Literally,
Go ahead.
literally, I can hear the static play out of Shoddy's brain whenever they do pretty much any decision. And when I say
Yeah.
any decision, Shoddy also already famously does not know lefts from rights. Same with Crows, same
Yeah.
with CPR, same with Kiki.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoddy doesn't know. How do I put this? Like, Shoddy doesn't know what a rat looks like compared to their teammates. That's all I'm gonna say. And
Wait, what?
you hit me with a magic missile and the ground instead of the rats yesterday. We're gonna talk about that
When?
yesterday.
But when? I mean, I guess in
When we were
Shar's
fighting
Temple, but...
When we were fighting the rats. Yeah.
Oh, I did. You just didn't say anything? I didn't even know.
No, you did it. You've done it multiple times, where you'll just you and
I had
Amani will
no
do this,
idea.
where you'll, instead of clicking the button to move, you'll click the button to do an action. So you just see
Yeah.
Avani do a big swing with an axe,
Yeah.
and they're like 100 feet away from anybody
Yeah.
else. Or, like Shoddy will fire a magic missile, and they'll like somehow all go in one corner, and then it'll hit me. And it's just, man.
I didn't even see that. What?
Okay, and Avani's throwing you under the bus.
So fucking funny.
And Avani's throwing you under the bus.
Alright, check that out.
The rats was all Shoddy's fault. Definitely not mine.
I'm imagining Luffy is so far away from any NPC.
The other thing too, I've
Yeah.
lost my patience at this point because we had to reload the save, and it kept on killing my character at a certain point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, I'm like losing it, right? And then all of a sudden, you'll hear Avani's is like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to camp, and then all of a sudden I hear it makes a noise anytime as someone enters combat. It sounds like people unsheathing swords and then dice roll. So Avani backs out to go to camp, and I hear bing bing. I'm like, Avani, and she goes, listen. And I'm like, Avani, come on.
Avani, so it was when you were in Char's temple and you were doing the flying puzzle or the jumping over, and you're like, hey, can you go activate the blood statue? And it was like right in front of us. And Avani goes out and goes and engages the rats.
And Avani also has
so funny.
wonderful catchphrase where
Yes.
she will be. You can see everybody's health bar, right? You can keep track of what your teammates are doing. And Avani's like almost full up to red, and we're like, Avani, you're in trouble, aren't you? She goes, I'm fine, don't worry about it. We're like, Avani, you're dying.
Same cadence. In that same cadence.
Yeah,
I'm fine,
and it's like,
don't worry about it.
Funny, you should drink a potion at the end of your turn. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, silly moments.
Yeah.
I think it's just you could sum up our party in such a simple way. You could call us the various bows and the simp.
Yeah. Bows in the sim.
Good band name.
The she, him, them bow and the simp. Literally, every time it's.
It sounds like we're a cop procedural, like the bows and the simp.
You, me, Wumbo. It sounds like that to me.
Yeah.
He, she, them bow. It's first grade.
Yep.
Yeah, but fun game. Should play it.
Yeah.
I think-
There's
I was just gonna say, I think it'll be interesting that, because right now we're min-maxing stuff. I think it'll be interesting to see. We're planning on doing a dad bod run, where we're just not even gonna gonna check things, and how quickly we'll get through it, and two, how little we crash out.
Yeah, the plan for that is
we gotta fit this one. We gotta fit this one. We gotta do this. We gotta do this.
the plan for
and
that one is
we'll be
also
going.
to play 4 bards.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be charismatic as fuck and have 0 other skills.
Goes a long way. Charisma goes a long way. I will say, or I guess I was gonna ask a question. Have any of you guys had the privilege of experiencing the game's galactic fidget spinner intimacy scene?
No, I have not.
No?
Had that.
No?
I've not had
Okay.
that
But
visual.
could you link that for research purposes?
It's in the game, and it's fucking crazy. It looks
Wait.
exactly like what it sounds like.
Oh, what is it? Galactic.
So
It's in Baldur's Gate.
With
Yeah.
whom?
That's the name of the game. Okay, so them Baldurs are back. Them Baldurs are back.
are you guys okay with like
Oh.
the spoiler of like what character it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
but
it sounds like none of you guys are romancing him. So.
we're not gonna get it. We're not gonna,
Throw
we're
that
not
in
gonna
there.
get it.
I was when I played my solo playthrough and my playthrough with friends, I simped for Karlach and Gale. And on my main playthrough, when I was romancing Gale, he gets very like caught up in like, you have to exist in the weave. Here, let me show you. Let me teach you how to use magic. Whether you're a wizard or a warlock or whatever. He's like, come here, little baby. I'm gonna teach you how to use magic. And then your relationship proceeds with this guy, and he's like, okay, we're gonna have sex, but like we're gonna be ghosts in a galaxy, and there's gonna be like 3 of us each, and we're gonna be spinning, and it's fucking crazy.
Okay.
I don't know
well,
how else to describe it other than that.
Chode has
Damn.
triggered the Act 2 romance with Gale. Somehow.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Somehow is right.
So I guess we have that to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh man, to watch that man get spun around like a
Yeah.
fucking basketball.
You've gotta indulge his fantasies.
Yeah.
He gives you a
Oh,
fidget
I can't
spinner.
wait.
Avani about to have no bitches at the end of this playthrough, if I have anything to say about it.
I think all of us are.
Yeah. Zoran, Isolde, and Clituation are going to be absolutely bitchless by the end of it, and Cho's going to have them all.
Is anyone
Fluctuation.
romancing Karlach though?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We haven't told you the names, have we? Sean?
Chod Funk or Chode
Like,
Funk.
who are
Well,
all these
it's
people?
not Chad.
Yeah, it's Chode.
This is so we have Crows is playing. Crows, can we actually get a visual? Do you happen to have a nice visual you could toss up on screen?
How recent of one do we want?
I did post a GIF in the general chat of one Chode Funk at his one most wonderful.
Oh,
Hang on. Let me note that's Astarian.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't have one from Chode last night. But let me show on disc.
Is it the purple beard we're looking at?
Yeah,
Wait, can you see
Yeah.
it?
that's Chode Funk. I put the GIF in chat or in
Oh, okay.
the general.
Actually, that's right.
General chat.
Let me show you the full party, actually. Plus window
There's
capture.
Chode's eyes.
Create new.
They'd be like doll's eyes.
So we have Shadi's character, which is named Zoran, which Chode calls Zori. We
Yeah,
have
I like
Crow's
Zori.
character, which is Swelt. Very beautiful. Apparently named after someone who fucks vampires, so very topical, according to Crow's Google search.
No.
Yeah.
That's not it. Okay. So I posted a picture from the start of Act 2.
Okay. So left to right, we have the wonderful Swelt, Crows, you are now a sorcerer. What is your class makeup?
Level 5 Ranger, Gloomstalker. Level 2 Rogue. No, level 3 Rogue, Thief. And then 1 level in Wild Magic Sorcerer for the hijinks.
Beautiful. And you're an elf, right? Or
Yep.
a half elf?
Wood Elf.
Wood elf, okay. Chode is a Lightfoot halfling, warlock, 2 levels of warlock, hexblade warlock, and then 6 levels of draconic bloodline sorcerer. And that's Chode right there. Chode, one thing you should know about Chode is that after every major accomplishment or long rest that the party does, Chode changes up their outfit. So this Gogurt Yoplay action hair that you see there, this is a once in a lifetime event, never to be seen again, like Haley's Comet.
Quite possibly every long rest.
Truly,
it's becoming.
You're right. It does look like a Gogurt.
I'm inspired. I'm an artist when it comes to dressing up. When I say I've gotten mileage out of this, I'm not just talking about swapping various vulvas and penises, like the season. I'm talking about hair, makeup, scales, tattoos, lips, eyes, jewelry, beard. It's the whole 9 yards, and I never skip it. Zori, why don't you introduce your character, who is the tallest man I've ever seen?
This is the Thembo Supreme. This is Zoran. Started out as a kind-hearted kind-hearted druid, and then upon meeting the party, became a rogue, a bard, and then a rogue, and then a rogue bard, and then a fighter bard, it's went through a lot, seen a lot.
Well, and at one time you looked like Baby No Money. If they cosplayed.
One time I did look like Baby No Money.
Shadi also had, and Shadi, I think you can attest to this, probably the worst haircut that the game has to offer.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that. There's some pretty bad haircuts.
Shadi looked like if you gave Legolas, like you know how people.
Oh, that time I did. Yeah.
You know how people do the framing bob cut where it's like long bangs down to your chin, but it gets like kind of higher up around the ears. Imagine Legolas doing that with as long as hair as they do, and you get some sort of like a curtain effect on each side of their head, and that's what Shadi was rocking. We said no, Shadi, come here, and we gave Shadi a wolf cut. So now Shadi's.
Listen, now Chode is my personal hairstylist. Just gonna say it.
Listen,
works wonders.
We push the boundaries.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have there could be nakeds in there.
There definitely is nakeds in there somewhere.
Why would I have nakeds?
Well,
I can answer that question.
Just saying. That's one of the early iterations of Chode Funk, right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Listen. Beautiful. He also has a huge penis for the size.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
It just flops around. Oh my god.
There
it is. I was like, there definitely is.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm just trying to find.
Wait, hold on. Go to the one on the throne up there.
Yeah, the throne.
That's Chode.
Oh.
Look at right next to all the Vistra. But this is what I'm talking about. So, I think when we talk about like friend-like or friend-swap games, I think Baldur's Gate is the ultimate friends-like game. If you think about it, it is just packed full of dumbass, silly moments like this. Like you're like, the story is that I killed a rat to take their seat upon the throne, and it's just full of whimsy, dude.
He's also got very high charisma, so he convinces me, to kill the rats as well.
And you like it.
He said, "I liked it," and I liked it.
Listen, what a beautiful game.
What a
You should play
beautiful game.
Baldur's Gate 3. You should get a playthrough going. Listen, if I'm around and I'm not already playing this game, I'll play through with you. You guys gotta experience it. If you've never even played D&D, you don't even need to know how to play D&D, and you'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Plus, you
Yeah.
also get to smash Will, who's the hottest character in my opinion.
He got the horns.
Handlebars.
He's got a
He doesn't have horns.
he has a beautiful uncut penis.
Oh, I love that for him, I guess.
We figured that out night one. They were in the camp,
Yeah, we did actually.
butt naked.
Oh,
But-
Got right down to business.
Oh my god.
So that's our BG3 playthrough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we have any more to say after that.
I think Sean and Rabbit both want to get out of here now. They're like, okay, so this is.
Where's the disconnect?
Okay.
Oh, and we did. It's so funny. We forgot to introduce Avani's character, who's a level 8, I think, just pure fighter at this point.
Pure fighter.
And their name is Clituation.
Situation.
And you wait for Clituation to get impaled on a horn. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Tank, you got to get Sean to play BG3 with you.
Well, Sean looks like they're
Yeah.
second guessing every part of their decision to be here, so.
Like this. So I would.
I have seen BG3, and it's a fun game to watch. I don't know if it does have, I don't know if it's my type of game. I'd have to try it. But how much is it? It's expensive try, isn't it?
No, Sean. I think once we get you into Astarion's wheelhouse, I think you'll be right as rain. And maybe you put it on a wish list. Maybe someone takes it off the wish list for you. Who
The
knows?
romance of the RPG is enticing for someone like myself.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was face first in all sorts of goodies last night.
Morty.
Yeah, Morty knows.
Morty.
What's the glitch?
I'm over here trying not to die. So what's
Just
the
sounds
glitch?
painful. Ugh. Like,
It is
I can't
so
believe we
funny.
didn't think of
picturing
that.
it getting stuck in a zipper or something. That's what it sounds like.
It is so funny because
Look
this
at
is a
it.
funny clip. We're like, yo, Cliff.
It's like a visceral reaction.
Getting your pledge zipped up in a zipper is a visceral.
Oh,
reaction.
I'm wrong. You said it first. I'm just saying what reaction it got out of me.
More like Sean Cronenberg, am I right?
Wow.
All right. Well, after some horrifying, after some
It wouldn't have been as funny as it was.
A real Christopher Nolan.
Clits
Oh,
walking.
I'm your
Cleanse
basic
the
average glitch, and I'm here to cleanse the stitch.
all right.
Well,
We all gotta go to bed.
It's getting out of hand.
yep. I think this is a good point to call it. I'm putting these in the after episode bloopers. Okay. Well, thanks all. Thanks for episode 3. Gonna go clean my ears out with some bleach and then